Assalamualaikum, my name is Akrimi Masud binti Zulkifli. I'm from Group 5, today I will represent my group for the introduction. We choose WTO, World Trade Organization, as international institutional organization for our assignment. What is WTO? WTO was established in 1995. It replaced GATT, which is General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, which is established in 1948. This organization was created to ensure free and fair trade. WTO set global rule for trade between nations, and its goal also to ensure that the trade goes smoothly, freely as possible, and it's also provide for negotiation trade agreements and also mechanism to enforcing the trade. Regarding dispute resolution, the WTO has structured process for resolving dispute between member countries regarding the interpretation and application of WTO agreements. This helps to avoid unilateral trade sanction and ensure fair trade. For the member country, WTO has 164 member countries as of 2024, and it represents over 98% of global trade. Membership is open to any customs or state which having full autonomy over its trade principle. The next is WTO administrative body. It's located in Geneva, Switzerland. It has around 600 staff, which is by the Director General, who supports the various functions of the activity of the organization. WTO operates on consensus basis. That means that the decisions typically made with the agreement with all members. This ensures that all members have voice in the decision-making process. Agreement WTO oversees several comprehensive agreements in various aspects of the strategic goods, service, and also intellectual properties. The primary objective or goals of WTO is to help production of goods and service, exporter and importer, conducting business effectively and efficiently. This contributing to economic growth and also development by ensuring that flow trade going smoothly as possible. That's all from me. Next, I will pass it to Natasha.
Hi, my name is Nurul Natasha. So today I will continue to presenting about the objective of WTO. The World Trade Organization strives to improve the overall well-being of member countries through a set of interconnected objectives. By promoting free trade, the WTO aims to raise a living standard, create full employment, and expand production and trade in goods and services. This liberalization, along with ensuring optimal utilization of global resources, ultimately contributes to broader increases in effective demand, which is the total value of goods and services that consumers are willing and able to purchase. However, the WTO recognizes the needs for balance. It acknowledges the importance of environmental protection and embraces the concept of sustainable development, ensuring economic growth happens in harmony with preserving our planet for future generations. Next, I'll pass to the next presenter, Nurul Najwa.
Hi, my name is Nurul Najwa. I'll be presenting about the differences WTO and GATT. Both WTO and GATT aim to facilitate international trade and reduce trade barriers. However, they differ significantly in their structure, scope, and function. Here are the key differences between the two. The first one, structure and legal foundation. For GATT was a multilateral treaty and organization. It lacked a formal institutional structure and operated through a series of trade rounds where member countries negotiate trade agreements. And for WTO, the WTO established in 1995 is a permanent international organization with a formal institutional structure. It has its own secretariat and defined a legal framework, and it's responsible for administering the WTO agreements. The second one is scope of coverage. Primarily focused on trade in goods, its rules and agreements were centered around reducing tariff and other barriers to trade in merchandise. As for WTO, the WTO covers a broader range of trade issues, including trade in service through the General Agreement on Trade in Service (GATS), and intellectual property rights through the Agreement on Trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights (TRIPS). It also includes agreements on trade-related investment measure and dispute settlement. So for the second last is dispute settlement. For GATT, the dispute settlement process under GATT was relatively rely on diplomatic negotiation, and rulings required consensus among member countries, making enforcement difficult. Meanwhile, the WTO has a more robust and formalized dispute resolution mechanism. Disputes are adjudicated by panels and the appellate body, with binding rulings that can authorize trade sanctions against non-compliant country. This system enhances the enforcement of trade rules. And for the last one, institutional functions. GATT had a limited administrative structure, and much of its work was conducted through periodic negotiating rounds, while the WTO has a permanent secretariat and more comprehensive administrative structure. It conducts regular reviews of members' country trade policy, provides technical assistance and training for developing country, and engage in ongoing negotiation. Next, I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
My name is Aida Supta, and I'm going to be presenting about what are the main criticisms that the WTO faces. So for the first one is the free trade benefits to developed countries more than developing countries. For the developed countries are such as Switzerland, Norway, Hong Kong, Iceland, and Australia. For the developing countries are such as United States, United Kingdom, France, Singapore, and Malaysia. So it has been argued that developing countries need trade protection to develop new industries. It is vital for them to diversify their economy. This is called as an infant industry argument, but instead the WTO helps to develop countries with the tariff protection. This means that the developing countries have to suffer the high cost of imported goods. And then for the next one is the favored nation. Countries have to trade without discrimination. Local firms must not favor local contractors. When this happens, it is considered as unfair for multinational companies, and there will be costs imposed on favored local firms and emerging industries. Next one is the environmental consideration. Environmental considerations are often being ignored by free trade. Free trade making it easy for imports to be executed by countries with the least environmental protection. So the WTO only cares about the optimization of GDP, but we live in a world with constant pollution, global warming, and potential environmental disaster. So the least WTO can do is to promote and apply it. So all of this criticism that faced by WTO sparks anger among the people and lead to protests that been shown as in this slide. And then next, I will pass the next presenter to SN.
Hi everyone, my name is Amaisan. Next, let's see the next slide. It is how the process of joining the WTO works for new members country. In the slide, they have 7 points. First is application submission. Second one, working party establishment. Third one, bilateral negotiation. Fourth one, working party report and protocol of accession. Fifth one, approval by WTO members. Sixth one, domestic ratification. And the last one is membership. Now, let's see the first point. It is application submission. The process of joining the WTO begins with the submission of an application to the General Council. The applicant country then provides a detailed memorandum describing its trade and economic policies. Let's go to the next point. It is working party establishment. A working party composed of interested WTO members is established to examine the applicant trade policies and practice. This group negotiates the terms of accession with the applicant. Next step is bilateral negotiation. The applicant engaged in bilateral negotiation with WTO members to reach agreement on market access for goods and services. This negotiation covers tariff, agricultural policies, trade in service, and other market success commitment. Next is working party reports and protocol of accession. Once negotiations are concluded, the working party prepare a report, which includes a draft protocol of accession and a draft decision for the General Council or Ministerial Conference. This report outlines the commitment and obligation agreed upon by the applicant. The next step is approval by WTO members. The protocol of accession and the working party report are then submitted to the General Council or Ministerial Conference for approval. A 2/3 majority of WTO's members is required to approve the accession. Next step is domestic ratification. After WTO members approve the accession, the applicant country must ratify the protocol of accession according to its domestic legal procedures. The last step is membership. Upon ratification, the applicant notifies the WTO, and 30 days after notification, the applicant becomes a WTO members. The new members must then implement the commitment and obligation agreed upon during the accession process. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Akrimi Maswa binti Zulkifli. We are from Group 5. Today I will represent my group for the introduction. We choose international organization institution.
Next, let's see the slide how the process of joining the WTO works for new members countries. In the slide, they have 7 points.